We're gonna go.
Yes. Oh, no. All right. Are we
Okay.
gonna do an intro where like his comes in?
No, I don't have any cool intros like that. But we are live.
Okay.
So, hey everybody, how's it going? It is RC Drift Talk time, and I am clipping the crap out of my microphone. Oh well. It's settling down. Tonight we have an interesting show. We got Jake from Vancouver, because not from Portland, because they take offense to that. And then we got Chris here. Chris is our traveler of the drift community.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna talk about the main topic that I want to go about is just like, where have you guys been, and then like what kind of styles have you seen, and what styles are you adapting to your own driving? Because we are getting ready for Super G, right?
Yep.
Both of you are going. I'm going for emotional support, so you better make it, Jake. I'm only coming one day. I'm sure I'll be there more, but Sunday is the day that I'll actually bring stuff. But yeah. Oh, and I've got some cool updates for Mile High. I actually haven't talked to Mark yet about it, but yeah. Fixed the FD lights. That was annoying everybody the other night at PDX. So yeah, let's get started here. I don't know. Do you guys need introductions? Let's do introductions. Jake, who are you?
I'm
Besides Jake.
Everybody should know me. I mean, I've been on the stream a handful of times, but Jake Daughter, part of the Midnight Suns drift group here in Oregon, Washington area. PDX is my local track now because Northwest is closing, but yeah. So that's me.
Would you have still said that even though that Northwest was open?
No, because I like Northwest a lot. Like
Okay.
it's really, Northwest holds a special place in my heart because it literally started drifting in the Northwest for us. Like we wouldn't be here without Northwest.
Right. 100%. What about
Yeah.
you, Chris? Who are you?
Chris from Texas. I'm Chris from Texas, and I drift all around. There's not a local track in my hometown, so yeah, I drift in my travels, and so yeah, my local track is wherever I'm at in the U.S., and right now it's PDX. Yeah.
So your home
Yeah,
track
so-
is indeed the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody, Chris is live from a hotel using their hotel Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
If you couldn't
Yeah.
tell. And Jake, are you eating Cocoa Puffs?
No, it's stew.
Ooh, better than Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Cereal. Are you a cereal person? I'm not a cereal person.
It goes in waves.
Like Captain Crunch, anything
No.
that like cuts your mouth up if you don't like let it sit in milk for a while, right?
When I have to crave these things,
Cornflakes. Hey.
Those little cups are so
Yeah.
good. They're perfect for
frosted.
track. Yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
shredded.
It's like not enough though, right? Because like you'll always go back for another.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why like
Yeah, I keep it healthy. I eat it with oats milk. You know? So it's there you go. It's healthy.
well, I mean everything in moderation, right?
I guess, yeah.
Anyway, okay. So we're gonna cover some calendar topics. Nothing really special. Tandem Tuesdays are still going. So
Yes, sir. Be there
if-
on Tuesday.
they are on Tuesday. If you're there up in PDX, go hang out with them. I'm sure they want some more competition. Does anyone know who took first place? Oh no, there was no Tandem Tuesday last week.
Yeah, there was.
There was.
Yeah, it was the previous week there wasn't. They did it on Thursday, but I don't know how that went. Just
Tandem?
this last week, though, this week, Judd got first. So,
Was it with his RDX?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that guy.
But this coming Tandem Tuesday should be pretty good because I'm going to be able to go because I got to go pre-bowl for my bowling league. It's literally on the other side of the school out there.
Mhm.
So I'll get up Tandem Tuesday afterwards. Judd's going to be there. Logan's going to be there. And I think Austin is going as well. So, yeah.
Sounds like you need to pre-register.
Yeah. Right?
Make sure your name is on the list so you can get in. I doubt it's that busy, but
Hopefully, man, that'd be cool. It was a lot of
right.
fun. I went that one time. It was just a really good time. Everyone seemed to, be in pretty good spirits. Even if they lost, they were still really happy to lose.
So how are they judging Tandem Tuesdays?
It's just kind of everybody judges it. It's just kind of like whoever pays attention, they just kind of look around to see who else is.
Whoever's paying attention.
Yeah, and it kind of ended up like being, when I was there, at least it was like me and Logan and a couple other people. But even then, it's like sometimes I wasn't paying attention, so I'd be like, oh, I don't know.
So on challenge.com, the tournament bracket website that we use, there is an option for public vote. We could try that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool too.
I can't stand public votes.
But it just requires a little bit more downtime, because you got to deal with all that, setting it all up, and then see, is anybody watching? No, okay, well then you got to film it, or I guess if people stand there, they can just do it too. But I don't know.
If you think about it, like the only place that it would like 100% work for the most part would be like at Super G Championships, where everybody's coming.
Yeah, and everyone's watching the live stream. So they got better live streams now too, so that's pretty cool.
Well, hopefully. I know that they were having troubles with their cameras last year.
I know, but like this whole series,
he got it set up, dude. That thing's so nice.
Yeah,
that thing is so nice.
It looked pretty good.
You got slow-mo on every corner. Yeah,
wait.
Almost looks like a DJ.
We need slow-mo for our cars. What are we doing?
Well, I mean, sometimes you never know. It's like FD Utah. I don't know if you watched it, but like, who was it? Somebody straightened out on like right after initiation, and the judges didn't catch it, but somebody else caught it, and then they had to like replay it, and like you could just barely see it. And so, same situation. If your front wheels straighten out, you're not drifting. So
right.
Yeah. But
right.
Either way, it'll be cool. I'm glad that they upped their camera game, because that definitely helps.
Up there, camera game. Gotcha. I heard camber gain.
Yeah.
What does open camber gain mean anything to us for camera? Anyway, okay. So that was Tandem Tuesdays. Let's see. Next week on Sunday, so a week from tomorrow, is the final Matsuri, the kickoff for No More Northwest.
Yep.
So hopefully everyone can make it out, or anyone that's free can make it out. It'll be chill. Nothing too special. But
yeah. Obviously Friday at PDX as well. I think that should be a pretty, another good turnout. Justin will be down from Seattle. Are you coming out, Chris, next Friday?
Yeah. Cool. Me and him are meeting up there.
What is next Friday? Next Friday is the 20-something. I don't know. I'll look at it later.
But
I've been up to PDX a lot lately. Okay. It's not a bad thing. It's just it sucks when I get home at 2. That's what sucks.
Yeah, after the Super G weekend, I'm gonna have to chill out on the RC thing for a little bit. I'm getting a little pushing it with the one
burnt. Yeah. I think that's a lot of people.
Here's the twin brother.
Oh,
hey.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Right on. But what chassis are you going to be competing with, Chris? Is it going to be your Golem? Gotcha. Okay.
My output. I changed a few things. I need to get some axles.
What do you need?
Yeah. Some like 47 millimeters. I'm gonna get some when I go to Super G. Some Yokomos.
It's weird because 47s used to come with like the SX3s, right? And then the 49s came with the S's. But now it's like everything is 49, and like all of my 47s have disappeared. I don't know where any of them went. Outside of like just selling cars and whatnot.
Yeah.
Although now I'm on all weird sizes. Like I've got a 44.5 mil. I've got a 40. I'm running 41 on my. No, I'm running 43 on my Mini.
geez, that is long.
And technically, for me to fill the gap of the Mustang, I would need 51.
Oh yeah, those are long. What am I running? I need to look here. I'm running 49s on my Shark. Yeah, 49s.
Are you bottoming out like on the
not
depth?
bad. It's
Okay.
no, it's like right in the middle.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's see. Do we got questions in chat? If you have questions in chat, tag my name because it'll show me. It'll highlight my name and I can read it faster. But Austin says, "What arms are you running on your Mini with GDSS?" I'm running Wrap Up Next arms for the front because they're short and they're super shiny, which is actually not that pretty. Well, I mean, they're almost blinding because of Wrap Up. But yeah. I also run them because they have the ability to.
What's up, Mark?
Oh, Mark is there. Anyway, yeah.
I'm
Right on. Wrap up arms have the ability to run both like the sideways ball joint or ball stud or the one coming straight out of the arm. I don't like the ones where it comes out the side. It just has a little bit of what's the word? It doesn't like it. It causes some tension, unwanted tension, and too much droop. Way too much droop for my liking. And that was Echo. Okay, so let's actually get into what we want to talk about right now. I have Rhino arms, at least for the Mini. Anyway. So, Jake, what tracks have you been to?
Geez. Mostly just ones here on like the Northwest. In California, only GGT and Super G. And then and when I went to Canada, I went to 88 RC. I think that's what they're.
That's the new place. Yep.
Yeah, it had only been open for like 2 months before I went, and it's pretty small. But it was kind of a weird thing. So like Canada, I was talking to Chris about it. Canada is huge, but literally there's like only a couple of tracks up. Because what's the other one up there? Afro. He was on the Vancouver Island, but he is permanently closed right now or temporarily closed. I don't know what's going on with that. So right now in Vancouver, or like on the BC side, there's only 88. And it's like, if you're in Seattle, it's like an hour and a half drive. It's really, really like close to the border in Surrey. So
awesome. I would go all the time. That's awesome.
It's cool. I mean, from my house, I think it's like 4 or 5 hours, I think. I don't remember. I have to double check, but it's a really cool track. He has a bunch of parts in stock. I'm sure he's got even more now because, they got a pretty good group up there, and they were just doing like the Fight Club situation before where they would just go set up tracks once a week in like random spots. And then finally one dude was able to secure a location. So it's pretty cool. And they've been doing comps pretty frequently as well. So that's something that's on my radar. I really want to go up to one. But.
So is it intended to be like its own shop, or is it just like, okay.
Yeah, it's like a full blown like hobby shop, but it's like, it's geared towards crawling and drifting and like mini crawlers too. So
they got YouTube videos, right?
I don't know on that one. So I know the owner.
I've seen some YouTube videos.
The owner's name is Aiden. I don't remember his last name, but I think I've stumbled across some videos he has on his Facebook, but I don't know about YouTube. Actually, when I was there, they were bringing in a bunch of like mini crawling, like a course for like mini crawlers. So they were setting that all up.
Gotcha.
I didn't really get to drive with any locals though, because like I got there and there was like 5 guys and they left like immediately. So I only drove with like the owner and like one guy, but he was like brand new into it. So
you scared him off.
I don't know, man. It was a bummer.
It was like, oh, this guy knows how to drive. We're leaving.
But it was the P-tile, the same stuff that the Deli used. Super, super gripped up. Like it was crazy fast. So,
like sealant only, no top layer or anything like that.
Yeah, correct. Like I had to like turn my boost and turbo up and all that to like break traction. It was like, and even then you're just like gripping up and hauling.
Mhm.
So, but
Triken.
well, yeah, he's actually extended the track a little bit too. I think he's making a practice area, but I don't know if he's extending it to extend the drift track too. So,
Mhm.
but
I
yeah,
mean, speaking of practice areas, like, do you feel like it's needed?
I don't think so personally, but like because you don't really get a rhythm, like it's just a figure eight typically, like at the PDX ones, you can't really learn a lot of car control with that, I don't think. So that's why this recent track I just took it out.
Mm-hmm. Like we had our little mini track over to the left on the P-tile track at Northwest.
Yeah.
That was more than just.
Yeah, but that was a couple corners, and it's still a little hard to learn because it's really tight. You don't really get a lot of speed to kind of keep the momentum and the rhythm and flow.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still something. It's better than a figure eight. So.
Yep. So let's shift south. Actually, wait. Before we shift south, what kind of style of track were they running? Like, was it tight or was it like open and power hungry?
Which track?
88.
88. It was really small, tight. I mean, some corners were flowed pretty good. They tried to do the best that they could, but just the space was kind of limited. So, you can only do so much. But yeah, for the most part, it flowed really, really well. Just super fast. If it could, run a different tire or prep the surface differently to slow it down, then it would be perfect.
Mm-hmm. So polish. Time for that polish.
Yeah, or run a super hard tire. I don't know.
I mean, super hard tire would probably be easiest, like LF5, exactly. Or even harder than an LF5.
Yep. Quad F.
Is a Quad F harder?
They're pretty hard.
I
haven't used them
remember.
forever. Yeah, and then but yeah, yep. So now, hoping to get more tracks.
When you were up there at 88, did you notice a style shift from what you drive, like at PDX, versus what you saw there?
Not really, because I didn't really get to drive with the locals, which is unfortunate.
Gotcha.
I mean, I drove with the owner a little bit, but people kept coming in and asking him, so he had to pull off and go talk to them. I mean, I could tell right away he, his skill set wasn't, kind of up there with, probably our group. But he was still pretty good, but definitely just kind of not as aggressive or I don't know, couldn't really link corners or, fill zones and ride the wall, stuff like that. So just,
just drive the track and that was about it.
Yeah, exactly. But I've seen a few videos recently of like people driving up there and they seem pretty good. But again, it's just kind of hard to get a, tell for, their style if you're not there.
Right. So, right. What about you, Chris? Where have you not been? No, where have you been?
Question.
Oh shit. Okay. Let's start West Coast.
Let me rephrase that. Where is your favorite place to drive?
There you go. Let's narrow it down. Top 3 tracks.
Oh no, I couldn't answer that. Can't answer that. I West Coast. I've been to of course Super G, GGT, Sky Hunter.
Where's Sky Hunter at?
That's just north of
Lancaster.
Yeah, LA.
Okay.
Lancaster.
Yeah.
Then going up north, Northwest PDX. Damn. Okay. All right. Let's go. Start going that way from
time to go east.
Tandem to Scale Science. All right. Texas. Dark. The Hobby Shop. Damn. There are shops I'm missing. I just can't remember the name. I know in Colorado they have another track. It's in like a hobby town. Yeah, or something like that. Like hold something. Yeah.
Mile High is saying Slideworks. Maybe. I'm not sure.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
No, I haven't been out there. No. They weren't out there yet. When I was I mean, it was the original dark track, in that area. Detroit, you got it's a track that closed down. I can't remember it. It was it was at like Excel RC or something. It was more of a drone place or something. But yeah, that was in Detroit. Florida's Dory Lounge.
Did they have a new track now? Dory Lounge? New
Yeah.
spot?
Yeah, they got a
Yeah.
new place.
And it's P-Tile too.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And
So we went from
there's a few tracks. It's my bad. It ain't that they were not fun. I just can't remember the names of them. So there's a few other tracks I've missed, but yeah.
So we went
Yeah.
from West Coast, like Western states,
Midwest.
to Arizona,
South.
right? That's where Tandem Tactics is, or yeah.
RC, Tandem RC.
Yeah, Tandem RC. And then we went
Yeah.
to Colorado and Texas, and then jumped all the way to Florida.
Yeah, there was, mind you, like this time periods I'm going to them, there's nothing in between really. There's no tracks. I don't think Louisiana has one. I heard there's a track in the Pistol of Florida. I call it the Pistol, more in the barrel area, like.
Yeah.
But I could be. I got a normal hobby shop.
So is there a
don't know.
Florida man style of driving? Because Daniel needs that hookup.
So when I went to Florida, that was what I've noticed. Like every track I go to, there's like a track chassis, and everywhere I go, there's just a main chassis at that track.
Yeah.
In Florida, when I was in Florida, it was Rhino Maxes. Yeah, so
That's an
Florida
interesting-
was like I looked at Florida, it's like wow, they totally like took over Rhino Max. They got the fucking Rhino Max down, So yeah, my bad, Garrison. Yeah, but yeah, so
Have you
Yeah.
been to that other
Florida.
track in Florida that is like super scaled out? I don't remember the name of it, but
Street Break.
yep,
Street
that's
Break.
it. Yep. Have you been there?
When I was out there, it was closed. Yeah, something happened or something.
Yeah, every time
it's pretty heartbroken.
every time I go to Florida, we go to like Disney World, and it's like an hour and a half away, and I'm like, I can't take an Uber for that long, like it's just so far. Or if I
Yeah.
rent a car, the tolls are insane. Like I can never make it out there, but I want to. That place is cool.
I think it's totally worth it. And I think now there's another track in Miami too now, I think.
Yeah, yep. I think there's a
So-
few tracks that just opened up. Actually, there's another small one in Orlando that just opened up too. So
See, like Florida is becoming a hot spot. There's like there's more than 5 tracks there. Texas has been blowing up.
yeah.
Texas got more than 5 tracks. California been blowing up. They got a lot of tracks in California, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Texas is hard though,
They
because
got-
like everything is like 3 to 5 hours away. Like
In California?
no, in Texas.
Well, I mean, if you're like for Houston, me being from Houston, everything's 3 hours. Like Dallas is 3 hours, Austin's 3 hours, San Antonio's 3 hours.
Like,
There's a couple other shops that are closer though.
Right. But 3 hours, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
A long drive.
so you going from the Dalles to Portland is like nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An hour and a half? Yeah, dude. I'm used to driving, so it's like 3 hours to me. I look at it as like, okay, boom, I'm gone, and yeah,
Yeah, but Oregon drivers are
hours.
dumb.
Yeah. They're pretty terrible.
yeah. I can't. Out here's something different.
Right?
Yeah.
All my life
Yeah.
though. Okay. So let's split it up into different divisions, right? Because I know that like California probably has their own like style, right? Well, and even from track to track, right? So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
GGT versus
Yeah.
Super G, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what are the
So-
biggest stylistic changes of just the track? Let's start there. Like, how are people making their tracks? Because I know like GGT doesn't have a lot of space, right? Whereas Super G is like super huge.
Yeah.
but
He's pretty tight.
he has a bank.
Wait,
It has a bank.
GGT does?
Yeah, and that bank makes a world of difference. Like that, even though it's in a small area, like that, you with that bank you yeah, it's weird.
I don't think I know.
It's like it's big, but it's
Yeah, I don't remember a bank. I don't in like their videos that they post,
Yeah.
but it's there. That's cool.
not a big one, but yeah, it's underneath the back corner.
Huh.
I just know
Yeah.
that GGT's videos, like when they're posting like track nights, like their track is super tight, super tight.
It's really tight, and it's
Yeah.
very scaled out. I mean, it's super cool. But like again, it's just like super snappy transitions to make the tight corners, and you're like on throttle and just hucking it around. Like it's pretty wild. Their driving style is insane, and it was hard to keep up with them because they're crazy fast too.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still really cool.
Right on. What about you, Chris? Like, what stylistic changes did you see going from track to track? That's a very
I would
broad
say-
question.
Yeah, I would say it's what I see more is like how much knowledge is in to drifting whoever's starting the track versus versus I notice a difference versus somebody that's really driven in real life and then now drives RC versus the enthusiast that gets into it. I see the difference of the people that kind of have knowledge and open a track versus the people that open a track because they see it makes money,
Yeah.
So I don't know. A lot of times just keep to myself. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
So not.
yeah.
I guess not about that, but more specifically, like how people drive, like while on the track, not the track itself. So like if you
I would
were
say,
like, for example, a few weeks ago when we were talking about PDX, we were talking about how PDX is like more racing style of drifting because we're all going so fast, right? So kind of like that. So like, what's the difference between like going to GGT, going to Tandem, going to Dark, right? Going to Victory Hobbies that you'll be at like after championship.
I mean, then yeah, I would say there's like, all right, so I would say going Dark is different style driving there versus like if you would go to like GGT, even though they're both in small areas, it's still different. You know what I mean? It's I think GGT has a nice background of knowledge in drifting and in RC drifting. Keith does, and it's the style there is very different, but it's more to me, like a more I like it out there. I enjoy it every time I go out there. I would go out there with my GRK, and then I would have fun. They are fast. They're pretty. The locals are, but it's expected everywhere I go. Expect the locals. They're always gonna have locals there that's their. It's their track, and then you got your new guys, but I would say GGT has a nice. They got a nice little family there.
They do. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
very, very happy family, and I see them take care of each other, and that's cool. I like seeing that at tracks.
That's good. That's cool.
Yeah.
Family is important.
I mean, yeah, every track is like that though, for sure. Even like, went into Super G, same thing, there's like you could tell like the newer guys, they're, doing pretty good getting it. But then like the more advanced, like the local drivers that drive that track all the time show up, and you could just tell immediately like how fast they were. And it's just like, it was insane. Like, yeah, I was like, okay, I felt like I was doing pretty good. And then these guys show up and they're just like walking away from me, like high angle. And it was nuts. But they were definitely willing to share, setup info to help me get my car like on their level, which is awesome. And then I was able to keep up with them and drive with them. And Joey and Steve, we did a lot of laps together, and it was a good time. But,
Right on.
Yeah, but it's like at GGT, man, I was just struggling. Like everyone, they were helping me get, giving me setup tips, but I just could not get the speed down or the high angle that they were, driving at.
Was it a finger thing?
It very much might have been.
Well, I know GGT, they got a lot of knowledge on if you got Yokomo Rev D products.
Yep.
I mean, that is literally, honestly, like, I would, no, I'll leave that out of it. We're not gonna go. We won't talk about that here. No, Keith does a great job. Even just dealing with people online, right?
Yeah, he's amazing. And then even, I mean, I've dealt with him a lot before going there, and then I go there and he's just like the coolest dude. Waived my track fee. I got, bought some tires, bought some stuff. And then even afterwards going home, or like he was just giving me cars, his own personal cars to drive and try out and give me set up information and all that. And then, but after that, when I was back home and I needed to buy something from him, then, he was just like, I think he was like more on it, honestly, after that. And he was willing to just like, I have this, but I needed multiple parts and he only had half of the order. He's like, if you want, I can just hold on to this stuff. And then the other stuff will be in on Tuesday and I can ship it all in. I'm like, perfect, type of deal. So
right on.
Yeah. He's a cool guy. I feel like he just really takes care of his customers. So,
and it sounds like he knows his inventory too.
Like, yeah, he does. It's insane. I don't know how.
He does it all himself. It's all done by himself. It's crazy when you're there watching work, and when you're watching there.
Yeah, there's stuff everywhere. It was nuts.
He does it, but he knows where everything is.
Yep.
That's what happens when only one person runs it. Like, for sure.
It's straight up like a freaking tofu shop in Japan, dude. But like selling like race car parts. I don't know. It's weird. It's a freaking different vibe, which is just awesome though.
A tofu shop? I mean,
it's I don't know. Like, I'm so dumb and white and American, but it's just like, that's just how it felt. Like, I don't know. It's very cool. Like some old Asian dude smoking cigarettes, hanging out behind a counter, and he knows everything about everything, The place is an absolute mess, and he can just be like, yeah, it's right there, under this pile of dirt.
We're just talking about Initial D right now, right? Or are we like actually talking about real people here?
No, that's like how Keith is. It's just like, I don't know. It's a cool place.
So okay. So if I'm understanding this right, you're calling Keith Bunta from Initial D. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right on.
He just doesn't drive, and then when he drives, it's just he's a really good driver too, which is pretty cool. So.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about this. Like, when you're visiting a different track, what are you paying attention to be able to adapt? Because clearly it's not going to be home track advantage or anything like that.
Yeah,
I'm not paying attention to anybody really. I'm looking at my own line. I'm fit. You know what I mean? I'm looking for my own line. And then seeing and then waiting honestly to see like the locals line. All right. And then seeing if I like it or not. I'm being honest, seeing if I like it or not. And then if I like it, I'll adapt to it. If not, I'll just continue doing my own shit. And and then I'll have people that'll come follow me, and I'll have some good doors with me. That's kind of how it is a lot when I go to different tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you, Jake?
Kind of similar. I'll run a handful of laps and trying to figure out the track, what flows, and then see if I'm on speed or not or whatever, and then make some adjustments to my car. Ask people, what the basic setups, camper, caster, FDR, stuff like that, and then just kind of make small adjustments and go from there. But I mostly just try and just do small steps to just kind of be on par with everybody else, or not run them over or get left behind. So yeah.
I just find it funny that when we were talking about the FDR, about the Shark, the belt drive last night, that was funny.
Yeah. I've been giving bad information the past couple weeks.
What were you giving them? Like,
I just haven't updated my radio because it's still at
2.6.
Yeah, and so I've been basing everything off of that and telling people that's what it is, not even realizing that that's not what my car even is. But it's kind of like not that far off though, honestly, because like I know what my car is and I know that like that's what I was running before I switched to belt drive, obviously. And so I can tell them like, yeah, do this. And then that's going to be, pretty close match to my car. So it's like, yeah, just my actual number. It's off a little bit, but it's like, whatever.
I mean, it's off like a whole number.
Yeah, but I mean, like in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't make my car any faster or slower than anybody else's. They can still match them pretty closely.
Right.
So, yeah, like
That's
Neil
fair.
and I stuff off each other quite a bit, and he'll go down a pinion or up or whatever, and then we're right there. So. Yeah.
And the crazy part goes into like spur gear tuning too, right? Because like it's not just your pinion; it's like the overall the overall amount of torque that you have to put through the spur gear as well, not just through the pinion.
Yeah.
So like all of that matters, and it's stupid annoying.
Yep. Yeah. You can get lost in it pretty easily. It's really weird though. At Northwest, for the comp, I actually went down to I think it was either a 16 or a 17 tooth pinion, and then at PDX I just had to go back up to an 18. So kind of strange. I don't know, because it's like Northwest is a really big track, but I think it's just the grip isn't there. So that's why I don't need the wheel speed. So
because we're also slower at Northwest, right?
Yeah.
So it's just you got to be a little bit more conservative with the throttle.
Exactly. Yeah. I like Northwest. I think it's the perfect speed, in my opinion. It's just awesome.
Now, so that comment now or that comment like
always
a year ago?
No, I've always liked polished concrete for the same reasons that I've always said, is because it literally shows your flaws in your tune. It's like it makes people like learn their chassis, learn how to tune, and learn how to adjust things to find grip or whatever that they need to drive good. P-tile is just so gripped up, it really masks a lot, and it's good for people learning and learning how to drive. That's great, but like if you want to learn how to tune, then you need to drive on like polished concrete, something that has absolutely zero grip. That's why like the Seattle guys, they can go anywhere and adapt so quickly. They drive on so many different surfaces at different times of the year and different tires. They literally use the hardest tires they could possibly find and the slickest surface, and they're still just running away from you. It's insane.
That was their strategy. They were not afraid to share that. That is for sure.
Like I love those guys for that. And
they're running away from me.
The running away, no.
Yeah, but no, they just share so much information. It's not like anything's a real secret with them, which is awesome. So you learn a lot when you're with those guys.
Well, and it's like they either know the guy that's helping them tune, right? It's not like kept knowledge or anything. Everything is pretty much widely shared across all of them.
Yeah,
like that's why they're all like so tight in that sense. But the reason why I asked or like said the whole like 1 year comment, because if you think about it, like when we were starting at Northwest versus like going on to P-tile at Northwest, like now everything has gotten so much faster.
Well, yeah, I think doing that transition, like, because it's obviously when Northwest opened, we were on the same spot we were at, just a lot smaller, and the surface felt way different when it was the smaller track. I don't know why or what changed, but it was just, I guess it was ground.
It was ground. Yeah, it was ground to become a concrete oval. Yeah, and then they never did anything with it, so we sealed it.
It changed the surface completely from what it was. But that, and then the deli opened and we drove up there a lot and like super gripped up. It was just fun because you're going so fast. You can just like chuck the car in, big angle, super fast. Like it was just a blast. And then kind of the same thing when we were driving at P-tile. We were still in that phase of like, oh, we just want to go super fast. And that's when we started doing the P-tile at Northwest. But yeah, it just kind of comes to a point where you're like, okay, we're going too fast. You can't even like drive good together because like everyone's just so fast.
Were you about to say something, Chris?
Yeah, I gotta say, I think my favorite floor, I don't know all what it was. My home track when it was there, RC Garage, he did some secret formula when he painted this floor, because I've never driven on any other floor that's been as slick as it. I've been around, you know what I mean? And I've been around on people that, I've helped polish a scale science, I've been on that, their floor is super slick. It is super slick, like slick. And then I've been on places that just, like right Northwest, y'all didn't do anything, right? Y'all just cleaned it and then stripped it, right?
So it was ground down. It wasn't even like polished to like a dull shimmer or whatever. It was, and then from there we just sealed it. That was all. And that's how it stands today, and it hasn't changed since day one.
If you look at it, it's a pretty rough grind too. It's not like super fine polished, but
yeah. See, and so like RC Garage, when it was open, I've never been on another floor like that, and it was just, I've always tried to sit there and compare other tracks to it, and no other track really compared to it. I hate that it closed. Stan, he still knows the formula. I know he's helped out Street Break, so Street Break is very similar to the same floor. I haven't been to Street Break, but I mean, when the time comes, I know that he helped them out. So I mean, yeah. Other than that, I love Super G's new P-Tile. It's nice. It's real nice. Like I enjoy it. Like that's really nice to drive on. Other than that, every other track is more atmosphere. Like when we're talking about floors, I haven't really been on a track that can really compare, at Super G right now. Nobody, not other. Yeah, that's some good shit. Yeah.
You can import it, or you can buy it directly from Super G.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's expensive, but I'm probably gonna be buying some tiles when I go, head back home. Honestly, because I definitely want to. I definitely want to have my home little setup. Personal little home little setup at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like come home with like a ton of just black P-Tile from Japan. What is this?
6 boxes. 6 boxes. Six boxes.
We should talk to Kevin into that tile for PDX. Except it's pretty significantly more expensive.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of money.
I think it's like 100. I think it's like 160 a box, but come on, it's worth it.
That's if you can keep it clean. Like there was that picture of the Super G tile just like completely like scarred from some person being non-respectful.
Burnt out on. Yeah, that was lucky he didn't. Nobody. Yeah, that was messed up. You don't do that. But that right there is like, I don't think you should have to worry about that. But
you shouldn't.
You might get them, but at least it wasn't done in the track. Like that would have been really,
Oh yeah.
But I'm pretty sure with all their cameras, I'm pretty sure they caught him. You know what I mean? They got cameras in there.
Ask if they figured it out, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, like that'd be my worry for PDX, right? It's like let's install this brand new P-Tile, whatever it may be, right? Japan P-Tile or just like Armstrong black P-Tile, right? Doesn't matter what it is, it's still brand new. And like the instant that someone runs their tires outside or just does something stupid, then like you just have that mar on the track, and then you have to buff it and polish and all that fun stuff.
I think Kevin knows that, once he does the P-Tile, he's really going to have to, tech people's cars as they come in, like I need to see your tires before you drive on the track, just because it's an investment and, he doesn't want to get it messed up. So
now, I guess my question would be how to do that without seeming like drifting as some like god tier, like self-absorbed group,
I mean, it's just kind of a hard thing, but you just tell them straight up, like, you can damage the surface if you don't run the correct tire, or if you run a tire that's, scratched up. Like, just be honest and upfront with them. Like, this is what it is. Like, that's a reason that we run a spec tire. It's a lot of people don't understand that. But I guess I shouldn't say a lot of people, but there is some people who don't understand why we run a spec tire. So, yeah.
Gonna run those MST silver dots. Red dots,
That's a
no red
hard one,
dots.
honestly. It's like even that, even it ain't even really about like I think even with if they had spec tire, you got those boost happy people, man. Like
Yeah.
that right there is I one thing I've been to a few tracks to we forgot Vegas Sidelines, dude. I love that track. That's a good track too. Sidelines, is a fun track. Those guys, they got a lot of good knowledge in drifting the track lines. Nice. Yeah. Everybody's drive style there it's great. Yeah, there is and it shows when they all go to Super G, you know. So I mean, yeah, like look at the number one driver right now, Brett. He's from Vegas, you know. He's from Sidelines, you know. So it's like they get that Sidelines is nice. I haven't been the prototype.
Doesn't Brett run? Isn't that his track, Sidelines?
Yeah, I think so. Him and another guy. I don't know if it's group. I don't know. But I know it's like I think so. Yeah, group owned maybe. I don't know.
He actually won the
but the way that I like the way they run that track. The way they run that track, even the new people coming into drifting, they're I guess from the door they're known real quick on what's the drive line, you know what I mean, and everything. That when he's out there running the comps, everything about explaining everything. That was like, yeah, that was a really good ran comp. Everything, you know what I mean, no questions.
Mile High just said that prototype is closing.
Interesting.
No, they closing, but they're getting a bigger top.
Okay.
Oh.
I just didn't finish the comment. Okay. Yeah. Prototype is closing and has a new spot.
Crazy because they haven't even been done very long.
It's probably because it just grew too fast.
Vegas got a lot of people.
Yeah. And they put a lot of work on that too. They like painted a huge mural and everything in there. Like the pictures looked awesome.
Yeah.
Right. And now they got to do it again.
Right.
I can only imagine how the new spot's going to look like.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't have any Wolf Raven stuff going on.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Wolf Raven was the artist, right? Of the graffiti art in original Northwest. There were hidden messages in it.
And you can still see it too, even though they painted over it.
Yep. Didn't use enough primer.
It's freaking funny.
Why am I... Oh, no, here it is. Oh, look. Prototype has a RC comp going on right now.
Are they streaming it?
Yeah, they're streaming it.
Can we stream their stream?
Can we stream their stream? I mean, we can try. I feel like a copyright strike would be in the future, though. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. I got it on my phone. Here we go.
Okay, hey, so you know how to do that? I'm gonna bring you my thing to solder that cap that you're talking about.
Wait, what? Oh, what you're seeing on?
I'm seeing it, and yeah.
Oh, okay. So since I'm here, since this is up on the page right now, I might as well just talk about it right now. So this is the Mile High RC FD lights. Wow, that was too hard for me for some reason. Okay, so here's what I found with my AccuVance setup. So I'm running a Zarvis, however you want to say it, just the regular one. With caps, all the fun stuff.
Yarvis XX or Yarvis?
Just Yarvis. So when I was running the Mile highlights, I would always get into the point where like it seemed like it lost its calibration, right? It lost 0, so it would either just freeze frame on like full lights or just stay off, right? And then the only way to get it back working is to turn off the radio and wait for it to recalibrate, find where 0 is at, and then turn your radio back on. And that's easy enough. Like, you don't have to go through the full calibration process that like Prototype goes through, which is an actual like pull trigger type of thing, like calibrating your ESC. So I do appreciate that. But me and Mark were talking about it and just trying to figure out what exactly is happening, and just the characteristics of what the lights were doing just seemed like it was a voltage drop. Okay, so I had two different solutions. The solution right now that you're seeing on screen is the one that's overkill, which is soldering an Oniseki capacitor straight to the board, right? And that works. Of course that works. I'd hope that works. It also runs the light for about 15 to 20 seconds after you turn your car off. It doesn't take the input because it's not enough voltage to power the receiver, but besides the point. Anyway, and then the other fix that I was running is this. So this is I salvaged some capacitors, some small solid state capacitors from like a drone FPV ESC, and just like soldered those to the same contacts that I did with the big capacitor, and this has been working out pretty good. Like no loss of connection, no loss of signal. Driving all night Friday night, driving all day today, everything was working dandy. So yeah, so if you already have this product, then just either grab like a capacitor, solder it to the board if you feel comfortable. But other than that, yeah, it should be good. Mile High says, testing the new ones. I'll have to see if I need to add a 100 microfarad cap to them. This info has been huge help. Yep. Hopefully. The new one, I'm excited for the new one, so that'll be cool. I would assume
You already know, Mark. Send some my way.
I would assume the safe answer would be yes, just because since these are like Arduino based or ESP based, probably Arduino based, that just the voltage input is more critical than just than it fluctuating. So yeah. So that was that. Where were we going? Sorry. Oh, trying to stream the live stream.
You don't have to. There's not much going on it.
Okay. Then I will. Yeah,
Maybe
it's just.
in the
Rear-wheel drive cars, not all-wheel drive. We don't do that shit.
Oh crap! He just. He just said all-wheel or rear-wheel drive cars only. Anyway. What is the Discord? My Discord? Let me pop that in.
Yeah, in the chat.
If it looks like I don't know how to use Discord, it's because I don't know how to use Discord. Boom. So, if you're not a part of Discord, there is the Discord link. Yeah, I know. Luckily, I'm not popular enough to like actually be monetized, so there's not that worry. Yeah. So join the Discord. There's a few different little board panels in there. General topics and ideas, roast my rig, which let's go there next. I think Jake is the first one to actually post anything for sale.
Yeah, and I need that or update it.
Because it's sold, right?
What? One of them did.
The RDX?
No, the Travis.
That
Gotcha.
RDX is a killer deal.
Yeah, it's
Don't
down to
made
just
me get one.
a roller only now.
Just a roller.
Yeah, no, that's how.
Which
I was
one is it?
tempted. I was tempted.
Well, why is it all going? Oh, that's why.
Look at that. New members.
Yeah, yay for new members. Where did? Oh, there they are. Okay. Let's go hang out and roast my rig for a second.
Enjoy my video.
I'm gonna get demonetized for that. There's nothing to monetize, so I'm not getting. Yeah. Anyway. Oh look. Here's a shark. MC1 shark.
Oh, I put that on there like last week, though.
I know. I'm preparing for mine. Okay.
Were you guys not roasting back last week?
I mean, we were showing stuff, but yeah.
We were roasting.
So this
You
is
guys talking.
this is a shark that has a MC1 bell crank or a Rev D bell crank, right?
Correct.
Okay. Why bell crank over DDSS?
I just couldn't really get the DDS to feel how I wanted it to, and the only way to get like good Ackerman that I wanted and I liked, I'd have to run toe in. It was really odd.
You know,
Somebody
you
else-
just slide the servo like.
I know, but I tried that, but then the Ackerman would get all screwed up and it wouldn't drive how I would like it, and that was the only way. I would just started adjusting things based off of like driving feel,
Mhm.
and that's where I landed, and it was towed in, and it just kind of drove me crazy. And I was like, yeah, I'm done with this. So honestly, it's ugly. I really don't like it. It's just visual for me. It's just a no.
Yeah.
But that's me.
So this is cool. This is the what is it doing? The MRC.
Dude, yeah.
I don't know what it's. Anyway,
What is that for the TTO one?
Yeah.
They have them for both, right? TTO1, TTO2.
Yeah. I've been talking to him in Discord in the messages, and he's been sending me a lot of photos. It's freaking cool.
The cool thing about this is like the conversion kit is super cheap.
Can you? Okay, so you can buy it still right now.
I think so, like through MRC Plaza.
Okay. Yeah. Dude, so yeah, man, we need to do that. We need to all buy TTO ones and do this.
Well, I
Just
have a
good
I have a
stuff.
TTO2.
Well, I mean, that's fine too. That'll work.
They're all based off of the same thing.
Yeah, we just gotta start building like really dumb cars.
Dumb cars. So the plastic bottle, yeah,
I'm good.
we're doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. My style.
GRK.
My
Yep.
outlook,
Yeah, dude.
my
Pan-
outlook.
Welcome to Tub Style.
Yeah.
Someone needs to name a track that Tub Style and
Oh,
just
dude.
run GRK.
No, I mean the RDX is a tub chassis. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't build that. I skipped that step.
Yeah.
It's still in
You'll
its
never
plastic
know.
bag.
Hey, how'd you like the ADX kit?
Yeah, so that's what I'm showing right now.
Okay.
Let
Yeah.
me.
I drove your car. I liked it.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know.
I do.
Jake did not like it so much.
I think it's just like your gyro settings is really what it is. It's just really twitchy.
That was
But-
twitchy.
Yeah, what? That's not
That-
twitchy.
yeah.
It was so tame.
That,
It was so tame that night.
so I try not to judge. I try not to judge because everybody has their electronics set different. So I just try to see how the car reacts, and I think that I mean, I haven't driven a lot of. There's some kits I want to drive the RDX with, but so far, ADX. I've driven some other ones made from the US, but the ADX, that's a pretty damn good kit. I liked it for the RDX. That's a nice kit for it.
The machining is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah.
The quality is really good on that thing.
hmm
Yeah.
Like everything just fits together. Everything was thought out. Even under the plexiglass, there's what do you call them? They're not button heads, but they're flat.
Panhead.
Just panhead. For clearance issues. So like
Yeah.
everything was thought out, everything was included. Yeah, it just went together really, really simply. If you do run this kit, it basically skips bag 7 and 8 of 8 is the diff, so mainly
Yeah.
bag 7.
Is there multiple battery positions or just the one?
I think it's just the one.
Yeah. Okay.
Which honestly, this is my go-to battery position anyway. So
Yeah. I mean, I typically try to, but the one thing.
Have y'all got good?
What?
huh?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just saying the one thing that's always kind of bugged me about the RDX is just like I feel like the battery's a little too far back. I just feel like it has too much rear weight. But it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird because like when I, put it on scales versus like, on any of my other cars that I really like, the weight bias is literally identical to like it's 70-30. But it just feels like it's like 80-20. It's just, I don't know, it's really weird.
Well, you feel like
so
it.
light.
You feel like it's like a rear motor,
So light.
like heavy.
Light.
Yeah. Oh, not really. I guess. Yeah. Probably. Yeah. Like rear motor heavy, but it doesn't drive like a rear motor car. But it just feels like it's just like a pendulum. Just so much rear weight.
See, I thought they did a really, really good job with that. Right? They included stiffer springs to be able to counteract that. And the way that their geometry is set up, it also helps out with it.
Yep.
But
over the last like month or so, or even probably a little bit longer, I'm realizing that like my driving style is just really heavy cars. So that's just like heavier cars more than a lighter car. Like my MD1 now, like I went full titanium screws on it and all that, and it's just like it's too light. It's just so, it's just not good.
That's where I was going to ask about.
Do you remember
of the MD2?
Oh, what do we think about the MD2?
I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I like it.
There's a lot of good updates.
It looks.
Yeah. I like that they want the front.
I saw photos of it. I like it. I wish when I had the MD1, it was the 2 because I don't think I'm gonna buy it, but I wish the 2. Out. Yeah.
The only thing that I wish I would have done for the MD1 is waited a little bit longer, because it wasn't too much longer. Like Romeo from RSpec released his version of the chassis for the MD1 like 2 weeks after I sold mine, and then like all the aluminum bits started coming out for it too, like for the uppers and whatnot.
Oh, he made a different chassis too, not the one I had. Oh.
Yeah, so Romeo is RSpec manufacturing.
RSpec. I was thinking R Design.
No, not R Design. But yeah. So he's I have his chassis coming in for the Shark. So
the Stingray.
The Stingray. Yes.
What is Lance?
Romeo does very good work. He does very good work.
We don't know what Lance's deck. Yeah, we don't know what Lance's deck is named. I just call it Lance's prototype.
I thought we were gonna call it the Orca or something stupid like that.
It looks nothing like an Orca.
Hey, no, you can't call it the Orca. I'm building.
It looks nothing like a shark. That looks nothing like a shark.
It's got teeth. The DDS will eat you.
Maybe because these little fins, dude. I don't know. Like.
No, I'm building a GOM. I'm calling the Orca.
Oh, okay, all right.
And that one is, that one is
Orca's
it's a high motor mount GOM. Yeah,
it's gotta be a shark killer. It's got to be a shark killer though to claim the Orca name, dude.
Yeah.
That's right.
Where it's coming from. I got the decal livery already planned out with Zero Max.
Yeah.
Was gonna have Free Willy on it. Like Free Willy with the wall.
Oh
like
no!
Jumping over the kid.
Oh no! I will say this. You remember back when you were small? A lot smaller. They had that cartoon of the sharks with like the shark heads but human body.
Yeah.
Street sharks. Right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. That's the only hint I'll give on my livery.
Yeah, I love it. That's sick. God, dang, that's good
Wait,
stuff.
that kind of hurt when you were a little smaller. Dang.
Adam's still small.
Yeah, dang.
Well, how old are you, Adam?
We don't talk about that. No, I'm 37.
Sorry.
I'm not old man John yet.
How old is John? Like 38?
He's 40.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he just had a birthday. I forgot.
Yep. Old man John.
Chris Trudeau is older. I think he's pushing 41, I think, this year.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. 80 team, 80X chassis, I think is a pass. Construction on it, it's 165 pre-ordered. It's 180 now.
Oh, okay.
I still think it's worth it because it gives you both options of flexible deck and stiff chassis.
Yeah.
Which in this configuration, the flex building it with flex enabled helps out a lot. It tames it down. I also need to put a gear diff in this.
How easy is it to change it from like non-flex to flex?
3 screws. So
Okay.
Let's
yeah, so let me come back here.
Let me look on the actual live stream.
So I don't know how long it's going to take to show up.
I'll just in the Discord.
I still think you should go with top line gear diff.
Yeah, send me a link because I don't even know where to look for that.
RC Art, maybe? I don't know.
Okay. So essentially, if you look at this picture here, you'll see the plexiglass.
Yep.
So behind on the rear end where the ball stud is, just underneath of that, there are 3 screws, and those 3 screws, if they're detached, allow that plate to float.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and then the other part of it is that the little the plate on the bottom deck, one side is flat, and then the other side has a 2 millimeter gap for the flex. So when you're building it, you'll have the gap towards the bottom so it can flex. It's kind of weird because it limits the amount of flex that you actually get with the chassis, which I haven't seen that before. It's just all the flex or none.
So I'm looking at the photo of that same one, but just in the Discord. They have a groove down the middle of the chassis like the MC1 did. Is that for the receiver wire?
Yes.
Yeah,
and there's actually multiple channels, like even going through the plexiglass, just underneath of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so cool. I love when they put channels on decks like that. It just cleans the wiring up so much.
And even on the bottom of the deck, I didn't take any pictures of it, but there's like a rail sliding system that keeps it straight. So it's not just the deck itself; it's interlocking, like in the chassis.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Who makes ADX?
AD team out of China. I don't know. I just know it's a pain in the butt to get them. So when I saw Super G like actually carry them, I was kind of on the bandwagon already. But look, my drift wall is back up to full capacity. Except the RMX is stripped of its electronics now, so that is no more.
Give up on it.
No, it just drove so good, and I needed electronics because I didn't want to spend. Like I'm at the point where if I spend another set like money for another Acuvant setup, I'll probably just feel real sad about it.
Yeah.
And if I really needed to, like, I could always pull it from like the Mini, right?
Go G-Force.
I've only run a G-Force motor.
Go G-Force, man. You get G-Force on our dude, G-Force got everything.
Yeah.
For like ESC's like $50.
Jeez.
Like the BS, they're decent motors. I know a while back ago I won one when we were doing drift competitions out in like Kennewick. Just for a round, what blast to the past.
In the garage, and I think I broke.
Oh, it's too big. Oh my gosh. We'll keep it that.
Good. Check this shit out.
Jake roasting an ESC.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
What did you do? Like you literally just plugged it in, right?
No, so I was driving in my garage just before that, and the capacitor blew up, and I didn't realize it, and then the car just stopped, and then I took it apart, put it on my bench, and then went to plug the battery back in to test something, and then I heard like a pop, and I pulled it out right away,
Mhm.
and it smoked a little bit, and then I knew that it was done. So
It's
that's why I
a
just
RPX2, right?
no, that was just a hobby wing. It came. I did a trade deal, and I got that car with like all the electronics, and it's nothing special. So I don't really care that much, but that's why I just plugged it back in, and I filmed it and then plugged it back in just for fun.
It's like you knew what was gonna happen.
Oh yeah, 100%. I knew it was because the first time it was like a quick like I plugged it in, and it actually like it sparked from like before I even got the bullet in the battery. It like sparked to the battery, like arced off of it,
Mhm.
and then I touched it, and it popped, and I pulled it away, and then a little bit of smoke came out, and so I knew it was going to be bad. There was some definite damage, so I was like, "Fuck it, plug it in."
Nice.
It's already done.
So what we're looking at is a Team Jordan RDX conversion.
Did you drive it last night?
I did not drive it last night.
I didn't either. I should have.
Judd says that it
It's a
drives
very
great.
stylish. It's very stylish. You see, it's real nice to watch. You see the body roll in it. It's
That high
Um,
mount
it-
really helps.
Hmm.
it looks nice. Now, am I going to compare it to the ADX? I don't think it's on the same caliber as it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
No, it's not.
yeah, I'd need to drive it first. Because if all it is just looks. Oh, speaking of looks, I saw a video of a Super Beetle like that had like full on off-road like Baja suspension.
Yeah.
I need to find that for my high CG mini. Because that would just be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so high CG cars have come a long way, like from RAR over to this and like LTS, and it's interesting. It's also interesting that they did high battery mount, but they didn't do anything with the upper arms for the RDX.
Moving them up. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I don't know how much
Or-
you could.
Well, for this chassis, it'd be the shock tower that'd be the question,
Yeah.
because it bolts through it.
Exactly. Yeah. There's not a lot you can do without just redoing everything.
Well, that's
So.
something to think about. Maybe just stack them on top, like grab another upper arm like piece, and then just like stack it on top of it.
Right. Or you can just be like the freaking MD1 guys who are just putting LTS knuckles on their MD1s.
But that's so easy too, because all you need to do is put standoffs underneath the ball studs.
But I just don't understand why. Though. Like it's not an LTS, like a rolly chassis. It's pretty, I don't know, stable. But
So I remember when I first saw those pictures of those MD1s, Jacob Parker was like right in chat, be like,
oh yeah,
"Stop
fired
it!"
up. Fired up.
Well, I mean, but he's not wrong, right? Because it's like
Not at all.
the knuckles are there to help increase roll, right?
Yeah.
And on an MD1, it's like roll isn't necessarily like the main priority there.
No.
I could see like if you were again moving the battery up top, then sure, why not? But
But even then, like the arms are pretty limited, so you're not really going to get a lot of roll out of them. So
mhm.
maybe on the new one, maybe MD2.
So Jake, what is your official outlook on like electronic set? Like if you were to say this is the electronics kit, like kit out, what would your go-to be?
Pretty much Accuvance, ESC and motor. ESC is just kind of whatever your budget is going to end up being. I run, just the Jarvis and the XX. They're both nice. I don't think one's better than the other personally. The XX is nice because you do have a couple extra features, but you only have those features when you run the Fledge motor. So,
Well, and then you have reverse polarity protection and an extra fan mount. And well, the Rad also has 7.4 volt BEC as well. So
yeah, there's a few things, but it's like, are those worth it to whoever's buying them?
mhm. Like, every single time I've driven an XX, I don't see the point.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. I bought one. I have one in my Shark, and I'm like, that was kind of a waste of money, but whatever.
What about servo and gyro?
Servo.
I have X's and everything.
You do? I run Rev B in all of my cars. I love the Rev B servos.
I do.
And they're good.
It's nice to have that option if I want to boost that much and stuff. Even though I don't personally drive with boost or turbo, I don't like it. You know, if you drive with me, you know, you can tell. I don't use a lot of boost, but I mean, I have it. It's there if I want it.
Yep.
You know.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
But gyros, though, that's a kind of a good question, though, because I've been kind of going back and forth between Futaba 550s and Rev D, you know, the Revox gyros. And right now I'm running all 550s. But
does it make you sad?
Honestly,
sorry.
I'll say that is preference. It's truly preference because I run 550s on all my chassis right now.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be switching back to KO Propo.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't tried the Revox, but I like, you know, I do tell people a good combo was the Yokomo V4 gyro with the Rev D servo.
Yeah.
I ran that. You know, that's a really good that's a good cheap combo. My personal favorite though is KO Propo. I tried for a year Futaba. I'm going to be using Futaba for this year's nationals, but I think I'm going to be switching back to KO Propo. Yeah. I think it's I prefer, and yeah, that's me.
But I think for me, a lot of it is depending on the chassis I drive as well. Like some cars, you know, some chassis I have drive better with a V4. Like my Travis was amazing with a V4, and the 550 and the Revox did not feel good in that car at all. And, you know, same thing with like my Shark. Like the 550 is just, that's the money, you know, the ticket for me on that car. So
how far do you guys go, like as far as like an instant gratification thing? Like, because you can tune your car to the gyro to be able to work with the gyro, right? You can tune the 550 to tune, or to be tuned and work with the tuning of the car, right? But in this aspect of it, is it more of the idea of like plug it in and it works? If it works, then great. Or like actually, are you spending the time to tune, like attempt to tune the car to be able to work with the gyro?
Yeah, a little bit of both, I think. For sure. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying like, a little bit of both. I think honestly, like for me, it's like if I get a car driving really well, I know, you know, the mechanical setups on it is really good, and then I'll try running a different gyro, and then it's like I don't want to have to like it doesn't work out for me, or it feels even better. But if it doesn't work out, like I know I could probably change my car settings to match the gyro to make it feel good, but I don't really want to go through that when I already know that my chassis setup is good. So I'd rather just switch the gyro out and try something else. That's my outtake on it. I try not to, like, once I get my car set, I really try not to like mess with anything huge. So yeah.
What about you, Chris?
I think for me it was what was more understandable for me to tune around. Like the V4 was very simple. You know, you got your light settings, boom. When I switched to KO Propo, I got to learn a little more. To me, it was a little easier understanding. Just like what got me in the tuning ESCs. Like I started off with a Sanwa, and I never understood it, never could get it. But then I got an RPX2, and then I learned it. And then from the RPX2 I went to Acuvance, and that's kind of why I went the route I went with my electronics with Futaba, is because I mean I saw it as, well, I'm running a 10PX, got my Yarvis XX, you know, I might as well, I can tune everything from there. And so I went all out. I went and bought the CT701 servos. I bought 2 of them. The 550s, I bought 2 of them, the gyros, and then I was like, I'm committed. And I got sold all my KO Propo stuff. I got kicking myself for it now, but you know, because I'm buying it all again. But it's I don't know. I've like I said, I've been running it for a year, and I don't know. I was judging old driving videos of myself, and then versus now with this, and I'm just like, damn, I'm not very happy with it at all. So that's why I'm going back to KO.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sanwa, like they are the only ones that do it different out of the the main family of ESC brand names that we use, right? Like if you know Acuvance, then you also know Hobbywing. If you know Hobbywing, you even know much more, right? Everything is done in that like the kilohertz per second, like as that goes.
Yep.
Sanwa was the only one that it's all. It doesn't like it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. Like, because if you were looking at the boost range, it's like 1 to 60 degrees of boost, but like it's 1 through 20 in the aux code settings, and it's a mess.
Yeah.
Unless you have the box, but I think it'd still be a mess in the box.
Chris, I kind of went through the same thing with you though. Like I ran all V4s, and then I went to 550s, and I've had like 5 550s in all of my cars. Loved them. And then I tried a Revox, and I really liked it. And then I tried it in another car, and I really liked it. So then I ended up selling like 4 out of my 5 550s to get Revoxes. And now I'm like selling a couple of Revoxes to buy more 550s. I'm like, man, it's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sell none of my stuff though. I just, for me, the way I'm looking at it as right now, I'll wait until I have a better understanding of messing with it all, and I'll get back to that future. Because I mean, I'm not getting rid of my 10PX, you know, like, but I do see if I'm switching back to my other electronics, I see the 10PX is like total overkill. I'm fine with tuning my ESC through the towel, you know, so it's like, I don't. Might end up picking up 4 p.m. and running that for a while.
Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Too many problems. Too many inherent problems with 4 p.m. Not to mention that it's super light and it feels like a toy.
That's what I'm saying. I want something lightweight. I mean, if I could adjust the throttle curve on this 3PV, I would do it.
The 10's not too bad. It's not too heavy.
I saw the 3PV. It's a 4 p.m. plus. I was looking at that. The 4 p.m. plus.
The 4 p.m. plus also includes a Mini Z module. So that's cool.
And I race Mini Z. So so I was like, it's perfect. I could still link it over, you know, but yeah.
For any of those that are actually thinking about 3PV and 4 p.m. right now, just don't.
Yes, I mean, if I suggest those, if they don't want to buy a 7PXR or a 10PX, I'm like, all right, we'll get a 4 p.m. Because I mean, in reality, I still see the 4 p.m. better than a MT44 from Sanwa.
Really?
Yeah,
that's a big statement.
Oh yeah, I'm saying it. Yeah. So I mean, now, when it comes to Sanwa, I feel like the M17. From what I know, it's just it's MT44 color screen, right? I mean, it does all the same settings, same thing. It's a color screen MT44.
M17 to me is a lunch pail. That's exactly what it is to me. The little handle.
I mean, so. I got a nice handle coming in for my 10PX from Outclip. I can't wait for it. It's yeah.
Right on.
But that I'm not I mean, Sanwa's good. It's just I think just a little Futaba's a little more superior. They've been in the game, you know. I feel they're a little more to the driver, and you know, like more for they're people friendly.
Mm-hmm. Mile High RC is asking you, Chris, are you still rocking the BMX?
Yes, I have it. I have it. I got it. And he knows I still tell people if they're looking for him to hit him up. You know, I still have it. Bam. You know, I still got it here.
Okay, he got it anyways. I said BMX. Sorry, guys.
Oh, no, I saw it. I'm reading it. I saw it. Yeah. I keep it always in my pit bag. If I see anybody else drifting on the track with a mini, I'll whip it out. But
My only problem with those is that they go just as fast as the 10th scale cars. Like they rip. They're so
no.
fast.
yeah, they're fast. It depends how you drive it. For me, I try to slow it down. Like I like those. Like when people ask me about minis, I always say the BMRX because it's like to me, it's just the quickest car you can buy and throw on the track. It's like the RTR RMX. It's a battle chassis out the box. You know, like I don't know. It's that's what I say the BMRX is. Now, if they want to go drift art and stuff, I've been there, done that. Whatever. That's a stressful chassis. You know?
I mean,
Right.
scaling down that far, it just seems a little bit more intensive. I see tweezers being used all the time. Like,
Yeah, and you gotta have good tweezers. Like these tweezers I have are horrible. They'll a good mini that came out that I really like and I want to get my hands on. I think it's called like the TRCs, the Meta or something like that. They're built just like the OG YD2. It looks like I like it, and then they're all anodized aluminum parts. They're real nice. Slideworks sells them.
Slideworks
Yeah.
says, right on. Sorry, I'm reading chat. Oz is in chat.
I'm catching.
Shipped to New. Wow, FD Lights shipped out to New Zealand in 8 days.
That's pretty good.
Dude,
Jeez.
I wish that was the other way around. Like, because waiting for stuff coming from the Netherlands takes forever to get through customs.
Well, sorry to hear that, Mark, about you're not being racing an authorized dealer for them no more. I just saw that. Yeah. Yeah. I just saw it, right? Yeah. I was like, man, that's fucking well, because I was shooting a lot of people his direction when people would ask about it. Because apparently that kit right there comes with a aluminum trans case in it, and those are kind of hard to find.
Oh, geez.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys. So we've got two very experienced drifters in the chat or on the stream. I just drive cars. But if you have any questions, throw them up in chat and then we can answer them if they are technical related or whatever.
Hey, I guess either one of you, since you both run AccuVans, did either one of you mess with your initial speed settings on your ESCs?
Initial speed,
Yeah, you have it 0 or turned up or what?
for me, since the motors are so smooth to begin with, I just leave it at 0.
Yeah.
I do have my throttle acceleration in the radio turned up to 5, though.
Throttle acceleration. What is that?
I'm not sure. Rob showed me that.
Huh. Where is that?
It's actually under acceleration, I believe. Like the menu item is under user menu and then acceleration. 10 weight oil, change my mind. Depends on the piston holes. But elsewise, like 100 CST, 10 weight oil, that's pretty much the universal thing, right? Oh gosh, that's the C8. Do you actually have the C8 on you right now?
Yeah, I told you. I told you that's what I've been building. I got the. Look at this bad boy, man. Yeah,
Oh,
273.
the real great. I told you. That's why. Yeah, that's why I got. So I originally got the Addiction GOM kit for one of my GOMs to build the M. I wanted the 8086, and they were sold out. And I saw this one. And then I got it, and then I realized that it's not an M chassis. It's freaking school bus chassis. And yeah, whatever. It's cool. I'm gonna paint it for my wife's colors, so she can rock the real grade.
Jeez.
Yep.
How wide is it? So we know it's 273
The front
long.
is 200.
Mm-hmm.
It's 200 in the front and 208 in the rear.
I mean, that's not too obscure.
Nah, dude, I'm gonna roll 30 millimeters anyways on it. So. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh
I mean,
yeah, I mean, dude, I don't expect this chassis. I don't expect it to be driven a lot. So I mean, this one, I was wanting to get the interior for it and everything. So, you know what I mean. This one, yeah, it's gonna have some Valeno tires on it, and it'll get driven here and there.
you're gonna
Yeah.
have like an $80 set of wheels and tires just for a drift car. Yeah, they're that expensive. I've
Just
looked
for
them
your-
up.
Yeah, Reader
Yeah,
was selling
just-
some pretty like a couple weeks ago, and I wanted to buy them.
Hey
I'm
man, you can't look at prices like that. If you want it, you want it. Okay, that's it.
Oh, okay.
You know?
So I actually need to talk to you about overdose shocks because I bought the HG3s, and I've got
Oh, good choice.
I've got a pair of Yokomo big bores that are built and feel way smoother than the HG3s.
Well, then get to experiment with your pistons. But I mean, I will say Yokomo big bores. I mean, those were the shocks that I got in with, and I like them a lot because the fact that you have so many options, you can mess with them. Now with your HG3s, if you can find them, they're super rare. I've always wanted to get my hands on them demon rods.
Demon rods. What be
from
this?
HRC.
Oh no, stay away from that crap. It's not crap, but stay away from what? Wait, my guess is $100 to $200 just for four rods, right?
probably.
you know, I don't know. I haven't seen them for sale, but I mean, I don't think so. Okay, it shouldn't be like that. But I haven't with Yokomo big bores, you can do things like that. You know, like have you ever seen like the Top Line? What Top Line has all for the big bores now?
Mhm.
Like I wish that was out when I was having them, but I like the big bores. I was running the tapered pistons with the titanium rods. I was rebuilding them every month because I was using OD mineral oil in them. So I mean, I wanted to rebuild them before it got gummy. So but they were great shocks. I ran them for a while, and then I got HG3s, and then I bought those pistons for it, the like 1.6s or something, or 1.26 or something. I don't know, and they were great. They're great. I still run them right now in my GOM, and yeah, I would say that experiment with the pistons.
Mhm.
You know,
I'm running the 6x0.9 millimeter holes in them right now, the thin 1.5 millimeter ones.
And what oil are you running?
100 CSD. Like my
Are
problem.
you not running OD oil?
I am. See, my problem is that I've spent the money, but for half the cost, I like. There's so much better.
That is not OD oil.
It is. I swear.
That's not
It is. It is like the fluorescent colored oil. I promise you that. It is. It is OD oil, unless John got some like fake OD oil from somewhere, but it's OD oil.
That's just something you don't mix. You stick with the brand.
I
you
did.
know what I mean? Come
It
on.
is. It is all over.
All right. I mean, for my GOM, I did there. You remember when they dropped that mix ratio?
Hmm.
So if you mix it, you can mix it a certain ratio to get your in between numbers.
Hmm.
So technically, I'm like running like 13.5 weight, you
Mhm.
know, but yeah, that was back when they dropped that chart out like a couple years ago, or maybe a year ago. But
Mhm.
I have it saved somewhere. But ever since, but that's something I love about the HG3s is that I've kept it at that ratio since then, and I, like it's like you rebuild them when you just want to.
Mhm.
You know?
Right, okay,
That's
so
really
okay.
how it is for.
So there's that, right? They don't leak.
Uh-huh.
The shock length adjustment, that's really, really cool and really, really handy. And then just the availability, like the ease of building the rebound, the amount of rebound into the shocks is so easy.
Mm. Yeah.
But all in all, like Axon shocks, Revo 2s, like 110, 120, right? All inclusive, all there, right? Except for the Yokomo plastic bits. Whatever, right? But then, like, when you piece together a set of big bores, so big bore is $80, TN pistons is another 20. What else is there? O-rings and bladders, right?
Yeah.
Like another $10 there. So like by the time that you're there, then you're at like 120. So as long as you're shopping from RC Mart, then 160 for overdose shocks isn't so bad.
I mean, honestly though, like I looked at it like this. Like when I was running my Yokomos, how much was I spending on? I was rebuilding my shocks every month. So then how many times was I spending on buying O-rings? How many times was I buying, like going through oil because I was rebuilding them? Now with mine, I've bought when I bought my HC3s, I bought 3 sets of every gasket, and still have 2 in my package. You know what I mean? And I only put the new set in when I changed out pistons, and I didn't even really have to. I could have put all the old stuff. That's what I feel like, but that's just a one-time fee. I've been, that's how I look at it. I'd rather, with my Yokomos, it was a constant fee of me buying it and rebuilding them, because when I had the big bores, I was actively driving a lot more, and yeah, so that's how another thing. The HC3s, that's why I got rid of all my nerds too. I got tired of. I'm not trying to do that much shock maintenance.
Dude, you guys are nerds. Like, I said it on stream before, and it's just like the things that you never think about nerds, other than like they're cool, right? They're like the epic of epic, and then you talk to someone that has had them. They're not so nerdy anymore.
Yeah, Chris and I were talking about it last night. Actually, we both experienced the same issues with them.
Yeah, like
if they were great, I could see the true benefits. Like especially somebody like me is many different flat floors I drive on, but yeah, for like a local track driver, I think that's you go ahead, man. You stunt, you buy that to stun on people.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they're not worth it.
Yeah,
I
would like to try those wrap up ones. The ones by wrap up. Can you pull those up? The ones by wrap up. Those.
Yeah, hold on.
Those are nice.
The actual ones or just the dress up kit for RDX?
The ones that you can adjust the damping on.
It's the actual ones. Hold on.
Yeah.
Please hold.
Yeah.
In the meantime, hold on. Let me go back to Discord.
Hey, Matt Timmer's in now.
In chat? Or in Discord? Oh, right on.
Spasmatic is his name.
Yeah. Let's see. Fastest way to wrap up stuff.
What is this? What is this?
I know, right?
Mile High. What is that?
That's a great question. It has
RMX
McPherson struts.
Yeah, like a collar chassis, and then there's a bottle cap on the back of it.
Hey, the bottle cap,
dude. That's his custom. That's his custom chassis. That thing is crazy. It's got a crawler frame.
Yeah,
it's belt driven.
So
like
when I was in Florida. And I drove somebody's chassis where it was like had a legit axle. Apparently, there's only like 30 of them in the world, and he had one, and it was just like that thing drove crazy, and it was so scale, but it ran. That's what this thing reminds me of.
This thing is crazy.
What do y'all think about?
What do
y'all think about the?
What?
What do y'all think about the CC01 conversions?
Oh, yeah.
CC01 conversions.
Metal Garage.
Yeah.
Metal Garage. There's a few other companies that got kits for them. What do y'all think about them, though? Would you get your hands on one? Is that a build that I look at it? I would either grab one of those or a Rhino Max.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm just blown away.
I don't know. Like, I think the concept is cool, but like that's all it would be in the end. It'd just be like a show chassis,
Yeah.
which I'm not against.
That's what that's why I like the Rhino Max, because you could just buy all the 3D printed stuff. It'd be like a legit looking car. I wish I wish, does the Rhino Max, can you get it to where it's an adjustable chassis?
No, I don't think so.
What do you mean by adjustable? Like length?
Like that would be so awesome if I can make a 275 wheel, like to fit this body.
No.
Yeah,
You have to. I mean, but you could.
I would.
Yeah. You gotta just make
That would be so much Rhino. Oh my god.
Yeah. It'd be sick though.
I would do it though, just to have like, I'm not, you know what I mean? At that point, I'm doing it for scale, and yeah, I'd do it. I'm pretty bummed that the D-like M chassis is not that great, but
D-like
was
has
about
an
to jump-
M chassis? What?
Yeah.
huh?
You haven't
Oh
seen
no,
Yeah, it's the Aria.
I knew they had the short
I don't
chassis.
think it's by them.
No,
Yeah, they
it's
got-
a different.
225.
Yeah, it's a mini chassis, but it's not their own like chassis though. It's like there's actually two different companies that make them.
Yeah.
The dude in Florida, RC Supremacy, I don't think he had them made, but he sells them. And then there's like another company that sells them on buy, but they're two different decks though, two different styles.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, I seen the one on bike.
I wanted to get one just to try, but
I'm not
Yeah.
having any luck.
That's where I was at. Like, I wanted one just to, like,
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll get the Shibata body. I want that R31 house body. The
Yep.
M chat, but
I still
Yeah.
kind of want a GRK,
This one-
like M chassis.
yeah,
that's the route I'm gonna go. I'm gonna end up grabbing one of those. I'll tell you that right now. I'm grabbing one of those and I'm just gonna metal garage it up, and yeah, it'll be hanging with y'all's little miniature MC1s. Yeah.
So yeah, mine is only mini because I could never get my big one like full size to feel right. But I think if
Yeah.
I revisited it, like if I went back to it, I think I could get it this time around. Like
Yeah.
knowing what I know now, I think I could do
Yeah.
it right.
yeah, absolutely.
SG2. Let's see. I'm just trying to find like a good picture of it. All I can find is like, oh, here we go.
What are they? The wrap up ones?
Yeah, the SG2 shocks. I know Rob and I were talking about it, even on stream, like back in November.
Yeah, they are nice looking. I think those are going to be like, if I get some adjustable dampening shocks again, that it'll probably be those. Now, I remember you guys were telling me about something that was old school that was, that still worked great and they looked just like nerds. They started with a C or something.
Old
I don't
school.
know the name of it, but Cole got them. Cole was running them on his RMX.
Oh, the Yeah Racing Cutest shocks.
Yes, that's what they are.
So there's that, and then there's the OG Oriel shocks.
Hold on. Did you say Yeah Racing has?
Yeah, dude. Yeah
some-
Racing Cutest is what they're called. So like for like what, $60 you can get a full set of aluminum dampers that has adjustable piston dampening built
Yeah.
into it.
Yep.
I'm about to look them up.
I'm looking them up on eBay right now.
Yeah, so take
Okay.
it with a grain of salt. Like
But
they are
I
off of
think-
plastic trees, and you do have to work the crap out of them before they ever feel any sort of decent.
Yeah. Are
But
they-
I do have the
Cool.
SG2 shocks up on Discord right now in the product watch.
Yes, see, those are pretty. Those are them. Those are them. Those are pretty. See, I would definitely try those out.
But yeah, Racing Cutest, and then the the very first time that I saw adjustable dampening was Oriel, whatever. Like they had a really really cool layout.
Yeah, see, those are ones I haven't never heard of.
And like it's funny because like when I try to look them up on the interwebs, Nothing comes up.
Hmm.
Matt Timmer, SH2, SG2 out of the box, smooth.
I can't even find the cutest adjustable ones.
Look on RC Mart.
Oh, they're on there. I'm just finding like the touring car ones otherwise, but
How much are
Whoa.
these these wrap-ups? What are they?
145. Off of
145.
Vertex. And they're in stock in purple.
That's only in purple, huh?
Well,
Oh.
I mean that's just
Hey,
what I'm looking at right
Random
now.
question. What's so big with purple? What's so big with purple?
Nothing. But I mean,
I see a lot
besides
of
that, it's
people
on
grab
all of my
purple, like,
chassis. But
it's red or it's nothing.
Oh, I'm not saying because of that. I'm saying like I noticed that there's always three colors, and purple's one of them. Like what's purple?
if Yokomo brought blue back, I'd be on that game.
God, dude, right? Yeah. That's why I love the wrap up
I'm
blue. It's so good.
They have black and red in stock.
I'm red. But,
Yeah, so red,
at
black,
Vertex.
and red, black, and purple. All three of them are in stock on Vertex.
Which ones? Which stocks?
The SG2s.
Oh yeah.
Well, I took my last set of nerds. I took them off the outclip, so the outclip has been needing to be replaced. And those
I actually kind of lucked out because I didn't realize that I was going to be building the RDX. So I had bought the HG3s for the Yogi. So I just had the Yokomo big bores just lying around. And to my... it worked out. So Yokomo big bores on the RDX.
The stock RDX shocks are pretty good though.
Mm-hmm.
Really good for a plastic shock.
what a lot of shocks. The other shocks I'll run is not TRFs, but they're just like TRFs, but they're the stock overdose GOM shocks.
HG1s.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're they're different barrels. They're just like TRFs. They're $120 on RC Mart if you were to buy them separately. They're pretty much everything you buy for TRFs, you can buy for them. Everything you buy for them, they go right on TRFs.
Wait,
Man,
HG1s are different? Because I know that HG2 switched the barrel.
This is a stock GOM. It's a TRF pretty much.
It's not I give up.
But that's what wrap up shocks are. The same thing though. Basically,
Yes.
They're different barrels. Just like the HG2, because I've heard of people. You can make HG3s, and I've heard of people. What they'll do is they'll grab the HG1 barrel and put the HG3 parts on it or something like that, and then you can make HG3s with the barrels of the HG1s or something like that.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
how I know they're not the same sizes. Yeah, that's how I know they're not the same size as those. Those are like TRFs.
Now you know.
Yeah.
It's the whole stupid thing that we were going through with Axon pistons. How you're like, let's throw Axon pistons in the Yokomo big bores. I'm like, they don't fit. What are you talking about?
No, yeah, you got to buy the
TN works. Yeah.
T works.
Yeah,
T-Works.
Axon.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first heard of Axon, they made kits for the big bores, and then they made their own shocks, right?
Yep.
Yeah. See.
Does anybody?
I remember when they came out. Was that not Rev D? Huh?
What?
What is not
Axon?
Rev D?
Is that not made by Rev? Like,
No, Axon
D,
is basically
Axon?
like the big spur gear company.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I'm sure they're more than that, but
Yeah, they are. But I mean, every like Yokomo kit comes with an Axon spur gear. So,
Mhm.
yeah. But that's, yeah. What was I gonna say though? Damn, I forgot. Oh, does anybody make like like Axon style pistons for a TRF shock. Did you know of? Like with all those like 16 or whatever, how many holes? 12 holes?
I think it's too small. The diameter is just too small to work it.
Yeah, I think so too. So
You know what you can try a D-like pistons in the TRFs.
That's true. Yeah. Yep. I have
Those are
ups, and I really like them. They're really good. But I'm just curious. I like my TRF pistons or shocks.
The D-like pistons that are like, they have like a little channel, like in the middle of the piston.
Yeah.
Those would be interesting to try.
I know. Yeah. Those are expensive though.
I mean, they're specialized pistons. Yeah.
I know.
I don't know. They're like $15 a pair,
Let's find out.
something like
Look at
that.
Super G. I thought that they were like $35 for the whole set.
I
That's overdose pricing,
oh
sir.
well, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, what?
Well, I mean,
TRF here.
yeah,
What are we
for a
doing?
pair.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
The T-Works were $10 a pair.
T-Works makes
Yeah.
shocks.
Like, no, they make pistons.
Dude, I bought. Really, I just bought some T-Works stuff. I like their stuff. I just bought their shock tower. This thing here. This is T-Works brand, right?
Yep.
Yeah, dude, I like this thing. I got the D-like one, but I got this one for the pit bag because the D-like one's for the home pit. But yeah, this thing.
Oh, that's slick.
Hey.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's very cool.
Yeah. So it works great too. So for what it is.
If you are looking for colored titanium turnbuckles, you can go to Clinics, Clinics RC, and they have like an entire.
Why?
Why? Because
Get overdose one.
no.
Holy shit.
Oh
What do you
my!
mean, dude? You don't want to pay $40 for a set of 4 of those colored aluminum?
Just because it's like the overdose spec. I'm trying to find
No,
the
it's-
pistons
it's-
here. It's not coming up.
I finally realized what you were saying with the Super G website being slow. It is driving me crazy.
You just realized that.
Oh my God. I haven't really been on there in a while. I'm like,
Hey.
oh my, this is terrible.
Yeah, we.
They're probably shipping globally now, man. You know?
Yeah, but even global websites like RC Mart doesn't suck
Dude.
this bad.
Yeah.
Dude,
Okay,
RC
so-
Mart is.
I got it, though.
Walmart, you know, like
It's
The,
$25.
I would love to go to
It's
an
$25 for a set.
Yeah.
a pair or a full set.
No,
Full set.
for 4. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, why not? Yeah.
I was super
But those
Come
upset
out.
at buying
Those-
overdose pistons because they come in like the sets of 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9 or something like that. But you have to buy 2 of them, and each set is $20. So you buy 6 pistons for wait, is that right? No. You buy 12 pistons for $40 to use 4 of them. I don't
But
like.
you have options.
I do have options, but I'll only use one.
You have options to experiment. It's always nice to know that. You know?
Yeah, there is that.
I get that. I get that. There's some things are, but I mean, hey,
These D-like
I don't know.
pistons will fit in a TRF though?
No, those are marked for Yokomo big bores.
No. But I'm
Oh.
saying these D-like.
Huh?
yes, but I didn't know they made some for Yokomo. That's crazy.
Really, that's how they're marketing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. They didn't know that when I had them. You could get them. Now I know they make sets for each brand. Pretty much.
Yeah,
now.
that's cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
That's
what they're
cool. I might pick a set up for my TRFs when I'm down there to try out.
it's funny because they're basically 8-hole like from top
Yeah.
down, but
Yeah,
they
but there's 2 layers.
16. Yeah, 16 holes.
Yeah, there's 2 layers, so it's the oils. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
When he first advertised, if you find that when he first advertised, he threw up a picture, and he threw the picture of how the oil flows through it,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was just smoother. But
Oh, I got you. Hold on.
I
wanna
felt
try
that
them.
it was. Yeah, I try them. They're fun, especially on the shark too. As heavy as the damn shark is,
Exactly.
See, that was the thing. I didn't really like them. I had them on my MC1, and I wasn't really liking them. But if I
Yeah.
had, if I was running the same shot, because we're similar on weight on the Gom and versus the shark.
Yep.
I would try them again, but
Yeah, I'm starting a list of things I need to buy when I'm down there.
Oh, that would
Save
be
on
a
shit.
dangerous list for me.
It's a small list. It's a very small.
Yeah.
It's a new Gorilla Guard. I want the green one.
No. Oh wait, Gorilla Guard. Never mind. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
I
That
thought you were
green
talking
one-
about like the scale reflex bumper.
Oh no. Yeah, that green Gorilla Guard that Cameron has, man. Damn, that's nice.
It looks so. It's so
good.
saturated. Like it looks so good.
Very good.
Yours were cheap compared to most U.S. shippers. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, it's 10 o'clock here. Almost 10. So, last round of questions. If you have any questions, last round. But Mile High basically said 10 weight oil, fight me. Not in those words. 10 weight oil, changed my mind. I don't think there's anything to change there.
No.
Well, no. No. I could say it can change. Like for my GRK, it depends. For the out clip, I was running 10 weight. I run 50 in it now. I believe it all depends on drive style. With the way everybody drives in the US, I kind of feel it's a very light oil. Everybody's got fucking, a lot of play on their shit. You see everybody has to drop a video of their chassis, and then they all do the, so it's just, I can't stand watching those videos because I'm just like, so what you doing? What you looking for?
Right.
So what you looking for? Like,
Gotta have balance, dude.
Well, did you know that? So he says one weight oil is the only one that wins, but that's impossible to get. 50 weight oil is like 40. Yeah, no, I think you meant 50 CST, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking overdose. When I'm talking shock oil, I only buy overdose oil. Even for differentials, only buy overdose oil because I run overdose shock oil in my differentials. And yeah, so that's how that is. It does go by like 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, every 5.
Yeah, I think only like maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago that I knew that like 0 and 1 weight oil were actually available. And it's crazy.
I've seen that. Yeah. Have you seen the overdose synthetic oil?
That sounds
It's
very
cheaper.
hilarious.
It's cheaper. They have it though. It is there. They come in red bottles. It's cheaper and it's synthetic oil. Yeah. If you wanted to keep it synthetic for and synthetic oil likers, but yeah. I ran overdose. The only other oil I ran was the Nerd, the HRC oil.
Yeah.
But I ended up running my overdose oil in them because when I ran out. So yeah, I never got another bottle, but
I think
that oil
50
I think it's the same.
I think 50 CST is kind of like this generation of tuning. Very light, very bouncy, very reactive.
Yeah.
I still run 10 weight or 100 CST in most of my cars just because they feel more planted, more stable. Like the closer that you get to empty, like the more unhinged your car feels, which it sometimes is good, but yeah. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with like 10 weight.
No.
I run spring baits, huh? How do y'all like it?
spring
What's
rates.
that?
I
What
don't
kind of springs
actually.
y'all run?
Yeah, I don't actually know the rates of them,
Yeah.
but
No,
my
I mean, what springs you run?
yeah, my go-to set right now is the RevD RF006 or R006F, like the thin front springs that they have, the ones where you have to run the 6 mil offset to like get it right.
Yeah.
And then Yokomo, or not Yokomo, but RevD third generation blue springs.
But not the RDX one.
Yes, it is the RDX one.
So there you go. It's the RDX Blue Spring, R-tuned Blue Spring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm running the exact same combo in my car. So
It's funny because the springs are so short. Like
yeah.
they're like
I think I'm running a 6 mil standoff on that too in the back actually, or four.
Yep.
But the spring is still loose in there still.
Yep, they're so tiny.
Yeah.
They don't fit the HT3s. Not without running a taller, like a RevD retainer.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
I wanted to run the overdose like little bottom things, the retainers, so bad, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah, yeah. I
Bummer.
don't know. I'm running the duals in the front from Overdose, and then the Ryus in the rear. But I'm gonna be switching soon because I just haven't had time to mess with them for my rear yet. But
So I saw a picture of the dual stage springs somewhere on Facebook, and like when it was sitting, the helper spring, the softer spring was just fully compressed.
Mhm.
What's the point of that?
So from the video I watched about it, it's not like the Rev D, like how you have one spring rate and then it kind of has a tight coil and then another spring rate. It's not, they're not like, no, not at all. What that does, I think if I'm right, it's just out of keeping the spring at its point because they're really little.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like new springs, they're literally half the size is like if you had like the Ryu 34 millimeters, they're like half the size of them. And yeah, I don't think that they're definitely not like that. Not a dual rate spring. It's not. They didn't make it to be a dual rate. No, it's theirs more as a true helper for the other one. But yeah, I like them. See, look, if you look at mine, even fully, it's full. Look at them. It's just sitting in there, just there. But
Right.
yeah.
I was telling Jake a while back ago, like last week, or no, it was a while back ago, how I think it's funny that we keep on getting back to stiffer and stiffer springs.
It was last week. Yeah.
And it's just hilarious because like at one point in time, it was like just throw the softest spring on your car that you can, right?
Yep.
Just make sure that it's preloaded and that you have some sort of ride height, but that's how you get traction. And now it almost seems like we're tuning the traction out of it with springs, almost.
Well,
I bet you it's because now people are smacking batteries up everywhere, you know?
Mm. Yeah.
So now that body roll is not needed when you had the original layout with the lipo on the bottom. Now everybody's running that shit on the top, and
plus your motor is now, you can place it right over your rear axle and up high and all that. So it's like before it's down low.
Yeah.
So
Matt Crocopia, let's finish on this question, you guys. Matt Crocopia or Crocopia Matt, is the LTS Yokomo worth it? I think so. Like
I just got one. I haven't.
I've
driven one. It's freaking dreadful.
Okay. I feel like Yokomo, but I mean, there's other options. You know, me personally, would I buy the LTS from Yokomo? No. I don't know.
How much are they new? Like $600?
I like the weight.
No, they're like four some.
I like the weight shift GRK a lot more. the GSE, the Evo, the one that came with the lipo mount on the top. I prefer that one over it. But I'm a fan of GRK, so a lot of people in the U.S. are not very fond of GRKs. So, yeah, that's something else to think about.
I think it's an availability thing more so.
Yeah.
Well, and other than the fact that it looks like a dated chassis, like no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, I like the style they drive. As you know,
like you look at MC2, right? And like MC2 is like new, right? But you look at it and it's still like, oh wait, it's still a GRK. It still looks like old.
Still a dated chassis.
Yeah, just by transmission style. That's it. Other than that, everything else has been updated. But
what do y'all think of the GRK5?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, no idea. There's just not a lot of GRK stuff in the US. It sucks. I wish there was more because like the cars look cool, but
yeah, I can understand that. You gotta know somebody to kind of grab all the shit, and if you don't, you're kind of, I can understand, and that's why you don't see a lot of them.
You're paving a path by yourself, and no one else is following you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and.
As far as LTS goes, I think Yokomo LTS is probably one of the better setup out of the box chassis for high CG, right? It's
if you want a Wixlift chassis, I would get that one.
You don't have to throw in a lot of work like the Travis, right? Travis is probably somewhat of an odd nightmare.
Well, it's a conversion from something. So it's like, but
I like Travis. Travis is probably one of my favorite chassis to drive. Wait. That's the one with the motor in the middle,
Travis
right?
2.
Yeah.
So not just like in the middle, but high motor and high battery.
Yeah.
It was a chassis.
Yeah.
When I drove yours, Jake, it just felt like it was floating everywhere. Like it was quick, but very.
When did you drive it?
Before Slammed Enough.
Excuse me.
Was it at Northwest or at the car show?
It was at Northwest.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's.
I like.
Yeah, it was driving good, but again, I think it. Yeah,
I drove my buddies.
In my garage, it friggin' ripped, but it had, the surface is totally different. But yeah.
What about your buddy Chris?
Oh no, I drove my buddies at Super G, and I had so much fun driving his chassis. Like it was one of those that you get driving, you're having so much fun, you're like, oh dude, here, take your shit back. It was one of those, and yeah. I that's a chassis I would buy to have some fun in, because that's a really it hangs too, or he had his tune pretty nicely too.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about my high CG Mini. It's just stupid. Like nothing on that looks scale like when it's driving.
You're right.
I need a 1/12 scale or 225 wheelbase, like trophy truck. Someone find me one of those, and then that'll fit the chassis perfectly fine.
That dude, yeah.
Can you not get one of those from Traxxas?
I mean, yeah, they have a 16th scale that would probably fit.
Right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you get you one of them like Ford Fiesta rally cars.
I had one.
Yeah,
should do that.
Oh, you're okay.
Actually, I think I gave it to Lance. Lance has it.
Lance, he needs it back.
Or paint it.
Yeah.
Although it's not the right wheelbase. I know that it's not the right wheelbase. At least I think it's not. I forget.
What are those? What are those vans I've seen at the track?
Honda
little mini vans.
Yeah,
it's Honda SMX. Yeah,
those are cool. Those are cool.
They're super cool.
If you're gonna do that, then basically you're going to be guaranteed to run a fender flare kit, no matter what you do.
Have to. They're really narrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we've figured out all the good bodies or how to run bodies.
It's kind of sad because like there are only so few that really work.
Yeah,
or at least we know the formula for it to work.
yeah. I wish there was more mini bodies out there.
Well, we
Cool.
have the
I think what I'm gonna do is pick the GOM Mini. I'm gonna buy another one. This is it. I'm gonna buy another one, and I'm going to make it mini
Hell yeah.
out of the GOM. Out of the GOM though. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We had gotten a few requests to do a mini deck for the GOM, but there was like 2 people, so I was like, nah.
so
Oh, y'all gotta get big order, like what, like groups of 10, and then boom.
Well, I mean, it was just like,
you.
it was just kind of difficult doing it originally because the guy who helped us doing it lives in Oklahoma, so we had to like, email him stuff and then like get it back, print it, try it. It's just a lot. So yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah.
With Lance doing it now, we might be able to do something a little easier. But yeah,
I mean, making a chassis short is one thing, and actually, Chris, you and I were talking about this the other day. Like, the difference between developing a chassis to like work and like be different and work versus just shortening a chassis, right? Or just making another cutout.
Yeah, that was my question, because I'm like I'm seeing a lot of that. We were talking about kits, and like, how do I pick a kit? And I was like, well, I've noticed there's a lot of kits coming out in the U.S. and I'm all like, but who's really like testing these kits out to like know that they're actual performance kits, or if they're just literally grabbing a stock deck, putting black dots on it, matching the holes, and then just cutting some fiberglass to whatever. Like, I've seen a few here and I'm like, oh man, what is that? What do they got going on? Like, I know y'all know what I'm talking about for the MD. And so yeah, I was like, so a lot of the companies out here, I'm like, I can't really, I'm just gonna say the guys making kits in Malaysia, like the Indonesia, Japan, China, they're just, to me, they're kind of on a different level. And I'm just turned a little more towards their kits because I know that I can literally watch their drivers on a comp video and compete and see how it performs versus, and that's where I've been at with who I've been trying to mess with, for getting the kit. So I got another GOM that I'm going to be sending off, and the Kinsei is going to be creating a kit for the GOM.
yeah.
That's the
The biggest thing with me,
Orca.
like, you obviously have to shorten the chassis, but you have to narrow the car too for a mini.
Yeah,
So
shortening the chassis is the easy part.
it is, yeah.
Puzzling the pieces together to make it narrow, and even work with smaller wheels.
See that?
Because, like, if we had the availability or more availability for like M chassis wheels, we would need to rework a rear arm. Just because like any stock arm does not work nice with those smaller profile tires, wheels.
Yeah.
You should look. I know one arm that it's funny you don't think about it, but it's by Uniseki. How do you say them? Yusakani, right?
Yeah.
Yusakani.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I know when I had a custom YD2 kit that I used their arms, and the amount of adjustability you can do with their arms is pretty cool, front and rear.
Well, so I had a pair of those as well, but like you couldn't even run like if you were on standard Jokomo wheel, right, it'd be fine, standard one piece wheel, but like if you were to try running like the Tetsujin wheel, because Tetsujin just hit the market hard at that point in time, the inner barrel would hit the actual arm, so you'd break your wheels basically. Yeah, I remember those because they were also modeled after the Wrap Up Next pivoting arms. But they also had the toe adjustment. So we think Wrap Up Next is cool for doing like the freestyle rear arms, right? And Overdose does those as well, like where you can adjust the toe right at the steering or the rear knuckle, or the rear upright. Well, yeah, other people did it first.
I don't think wrap up even did it very good
You
either
should-
because the arm will like rotate in the lower arm like rotates where you screw it together. I didn't like it at all. The GRK ones that came with my MC2 were like amazing because it was actually like has a channel that goes into it.
I see a box.
Look. This guy, that guy,
Yeah.
Metal Garage.
that brand, I think it's called Car Guy, or Gear Guy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he will custom make you rims. He custom made. I got some
yeah,
rims
yeah.
made by him. These rims on my display chassis were made by
Yep.
him, and
Gear
hey,
guy.
he makes barrels and this is all completely him. The barrels and the picture, the plates or whatever. But yeah.
Yep.
The scale of them are really, really great. It's just I've seen Elliot break too many of them.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So display
That's-
wheel,
yeah.
sure, 100%.
Yeah, perfect. Yep.
Although I'm sure if he
Hey,
like, I'm sure printing has changed so much already, right? So he's probably on like resin printing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
where yeah.
Oh,
What do you
Okay.
think about those new rims coming out by 24K?
I do not know of these wheels. 24K.
They're like super,
I haven't seen them.
yeah, super cool.
All I know is that 24K for you to build a complete body is
Mhm.
stupidly expensive.
I
just
know.
because
The
everything.
S14 the S14 I got is technically like a $300 body before paint and everything, and then I had Josh Greig build it. So
Wow.
yeah, he's ready to buy that. He's ready to buy that body. Yeah, the body's worth more than a few chassis RTRs.
Oh, I have seen this before. Okay. Not like seen it in person, but I've seen the pictures.
Yeah,
It's
you seen it? Yeah, with
the 5-spoke, right? 5-spoke with like the circle thing.
Full.
I don't know.
Only other person I've seen with that can get them printed nicely that he says he has, that's all the sets he runs, is Vivian from the SRC Vivian. He has a similar wheel to those, and he said that that's all he runs, and he has never broke one. But then again, he's a really good driver too, so I don't see him smashing the wall.
I put it up in
Yeah.
Discord.
Yeah, I see that. Those are the. So they just dropped a new whole color thing, and where they chromed them out, and they got it in every color chromed out.
Yep.
So if you like the flash look, but I like those. Those make me think of man, who was actually driving with those? Was it James Dean?
I have no idea.
I can't
Yeah, it's
remember.
14.5 or whatever.
I-
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah,
S-
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't watch it.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the wheel. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Things
those are
keep
crazy.
on. Oh,
You know what I can't find is Mercedes by them. I was trying to find that for a buddy. You remember they had a Mercedes? I can't find it no more.
like the actual body from 24K.
Yeah, the Mercedes body. Yeah, wasn't it by 24K? I remember they didn't have. I saw it as the brand before it was 24K. What was it? Was it RC Arlos?
Yeah,
before?
RC Arlos.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a Mercedes, and my buddy, I was looking for it for my buddy, and I was like, dude, they don't even have it on their website. But I remember that was like $160 body with all the accessories and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bodies aren't cheap. Not at all. It's so
Yeah.
unfortunate.
What I once I bought an addiction. I felt like once I bought an addiction bodies, I stopped caring on how much the body costs because
Yep.
It's such a minor part of it, right? It's like buying a
'cause you're not
chassis.
even thinking of paint.
Yeah. Or you try to start
that sort
finding
of
like old Yokomo like discontinued bodies. Those get fucking expensive.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude,
Yeah.
at
So
the
it's
swap
like
meet,
Yeah.
at the swap meet today, Fred picked up a DIB, Yokomo DIB.
What?
Yeah,
sick.
How
Sick.
much?
I don't know, but that's his business.
Oh, just,
But yeah, a Yokomo DIB, like it needed some work, but other than that, it was cool. Yeah, there's some potential into it, but you gotta want to work on it. That's for sure. Okay. Last thing, because I know I'll hear about this either tomorrow or next week. But yeah, Mitch we were able to get his Midnight Mini up and running.
yeah, he just posted it in the chat.
Yep. So he is running a E chassis, or the original YD2 Plus, which turned into an E chassis. So it's basically we double side sticky taped the battery there.
I was wondering. I was like, what's going on there? Can he not run an upper deck of any sorts?
Not like how it is right now, because that deck, because E chassis, it had the waterfall going over the top of it, right?
Yeah. Well, Lance made one for Daniels because Daniels is an E chassis.
Daniels was high motor, so he didn't need it.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
So, but then Matthew has the S chassis, which we rotated the battery in line with the chassis.
Yep.
So there's that option too. But for some reason, I don't think it would necessarily work.
Well,
Although it should work.
If he was running like a slide rack, that would free up some space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have to run the rear brace either.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at the deck too, because like the servo is so far back on a bell crank on the deck,
Mm-hmm.
it takes up a lot of space on a Mini. So,
Oh, you know what? We could totally pull a Razor Performance, because on the OG RMX deck, they reversed the servo, as in it faces the other way. Like,
yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yep.
Actually, I take that back. That wouldn't work at all.
You'd have to change a lot though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that wouldn't work at all. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys. Well,
Let's close it up.
let's close it up. It's been a fun chat. Been entertaining. So,
Yeah.
thank
So,
you guys. Thanks
yep.
for coming and chatting with me. If anybody wants to be on the show, let me know, because I think I'll need some either volunteers or even some permanent people to like fit into the show here. So if you want to be on public air, let me know. Thanks, Jake. Thanks, Chris. Neither of you are coming down tomorrow. Not, at least not to Northwest, right? So
No.
I will see you
Sunday.
either on Friday or Sunday then. Next Sunday.
Next Sunday for sure. Chris, I'll probably see you on Friday.
Yep. So just a reminder, next Sunday is Last Matsuri at Northwest. And yeah. If you're there, then cool. And with that, let me go ahead and click the button that's going to end the stream. It's been fun. You guys be safe. See you next week.
Have a good night.
Yeah.